and changing things. Okay, so yeah, let's just go with only two word count here, and let's see how many we're left with. So we are left with 9,000 names. Gaming, Panama sales. Look at this. This got registered. Foods, not much. But sometimes I like to keep on switching and changing. Sometimes, when I have to go very precise, what I do is I select, the search volume with competition of the keywords, and then I hit the results. So it's like 9,000 names over here, 9,900 names over here. So when I do this, what happens is I get even more refined names. And right now we have a lot of names, so let's just check the domain names that have AI in it. Obviously there are going to be a lot, but what I always do is I start with AI and then end with AI. That helps because then we can ditch the names that have AI in between them. So yeah, so what I'm looking right now over here is anything that starts with, let's just do that starts with AI. Bear with me, okay? It's 3:59 a.m. if you can see. I was literally in a domain auction, and then I just decided, why not? Let's just record something or maybe go live, because I often go on, expired domain names. I do things very differently. So I don't really care about the time. So AI allowed. Now, the reason why people are going crazy about such names, even though it doesn't make any sense, is because people are actually okay. So what I mean by people is, they can be companies, it can be an individual, or it can be a startup founder who is equipping himself with all the AI related domain names, because in future these names are going to cost a lot more. So what I was saying is, anything keyword plus AI with a .com, or key or AI plus keyword with a .com. I hope I didn't repeat myself, but yeah. So it is going to make sense, but AI allowed .com, I don't think so it makes sense, but it got expired and you see it has been registered. So you will see these things a lot, and it has to happen. I mean, we all know about it, right? So air conditioning, obviously you're going to see a lot of air conditioning, Dubai and all that names. Let's just see the ones that end with AI. Jimp AI, marriage Mumbai, great. So dirty Thai, shoddy AI. Looks very fun kind of a name, but obviously not. Eye catcher AI, Delhi AI, okay. Shapeshifters AI. So what I'm, I was just today I was just thinking about a lot of domain names. Like, if I talk about a year ago, I used to find so many good domain names right here, in the expired section. And what I'm talking about, the names that were keyword plus AI and AI plus keyword, they were all here. And now, if you see every day, you're not going to see, I mean, one or two, only if you find one or two good domain names over here with the word count 2. Now, if you see, if I hit word count 3, you will see a lot of good names. So, this means that the market has actually gotten hold of all those good AI names. So, this is where, scarcity would play a big role. So if the businesses will not find two-word domain names for their AI startups and all that thing. What they're going to do is they'll switch to three words now. So this is going to make a lot of sense. Sketch Brief AI, Ping Dog, Business Intel AI, Sissimore, Restaurant Mumbai. You guys remember when I was talking about cafe and restaurants are actually were gaining, a lot of traction? Now that time has come to an end, okay? Photo Generate AI, Quick Take AI. Oh shit. Toy Store AI, Profit Coin AI, iCore AI, Excel, alright, Fast Mover, Pretty Fly, StudyPod AI, Smart Sign AI, Retreat from Tax Mind AI. Someone registered it, okay? Your Sense AI. So you guys remember when I talked about the fragrance industry being booming? You won't even believe the amount of companies that have launched when it comes to the fragrance world. It is going crazy. Awesome Coach AI. The problem where a lot of people face is when when the domain name is too long, the amount of people mistyping it and not finding your website is going to be more. So try to keep it short as you can. And if you cannot do that, don't create long names. I mean, this will affect your overall business. So let me click this because I was seeing certain names that I'd rather not. So now let's just go and see. Let me just quickly see the deleted .coms. Let's see if we can find something. AI, best AI market. Now the best keyword is doing good and will always do good. But the thing is, the .market domain extension, not very popular. Who is going to register such names? You have to check about the premium renewals. You have to check about its registration cost, and not much people are familiar with the .market domain extension. So think from a point where anyone can understand your website. Anyone can enter it and go up there. Make it as easy and as simplistic as possible for everyone. Promptai.live, cyberai.news, creative ai.video. Create ai.video would have been better. Business ai.today, mind ai.solutions, your uai, uai1,bai.solution, Jarvis ai. It has to be here, okay? Meet ai. Message AI. So, not much here. AI bot. AI bot is a good keyword, but the .by domain extension is not popularly known. So, it's going to be very hard for you. If you are a seller, it's going to be very hard. And if you are a company, this can be a problem for you as well. But as you can see, there are 347 other domain extensions being registered by this keyword AI bot. So there are chances that if the keyword is so good, there are chances that people will accept other domain extensions also. There have been a lot of instances, but the chances are still low. Okay, if you talk about the primary domain extensions, if they are registered, people might come up here. So yeah, but the chances are very less. Because if companies have a budget, okay, a lot of companies, what I've seen and what I've worked with, I've seen that they initially what they do is they register any name. So and they compromise obviously because of their finances and a lot of things. But after a while, when they actually get investors and everything, while they do good, they switch. So when they switch, they'll not come and buy this. What they'll do is they'll pay for something good. So if other domain extension I'm talking about, the .co, the dot maybe org, if that fits for their organization, a .com if it's too expensive, other. So that happens. The mainstream domain extensions will obviously be more valuable than this. And this is the reason I always tell my clients and the people who are here that whenever you register a name, always check their that whether they have a premium registration or not. So if they don't have any premium registration, you can get along. And if they have a premium registration, that's going to be a problem because that's not going to be an asset for you. AI assistant, okay. AI group dot solutions, AI future, AI bet dot live, AI airwell dot are you okay. Even the XYZ domain extension has very mixed reviews. We have seen these domain names do good in creative kind of fields, unique fields, creative fields, and even AI startups and obviously cryptos. AI custom dot art, AI edits dot org. It's a nice name. So I'm gonna add this to my watch list so that I can see if this domain name is registered or not. If it is registered, who registered it? I mean, is it a company? If they are, they'll obviously launch a website. If that's a domain investor, what price is this domain name actually put upon? So I call this as a self-study kind of a thing so that I know what the seller has things on his mind. Okay, if this domain name is put up on a wholesale, or the person is, put up a price where he can hang on to the domain name for a while. A lot of things matter. AI Cove. So all right, now let me check Godaddy's auction. Gotta change some of the filters. Now let's see. Do we have anything? So we have aiadvertising.com. Now this is a nice name. And AI guessable answer. Okay. This is a nice name. The bids are 7 bids and only $26. AI advertising. This is a nice name. Let me just open it. AI advertising. I know it's not good as AI ads or AI advertisement, but it is good. I mean, for this price, $55. Let me just quickly change some things. Okay, that's great. So, okay, there's still something missing here. Let me quickly change that to, it is already in USDs, but I don't know what's wrong here. All right, so we are here again. Look at the estimated value, 5,309. Oops, where did it go? Yeah, 5,309. And there are 8 days left. Okay, so this is just getting, warmed up. You see, 11 bids. This is actually a good domain name, aiadvertising.com. So, before you bid on to any domain names, check the spelling mistakes, check the typos. A lot of people, what they do is they panic buy such names. This is an auction, but whenever they see a domain name that drops, they'll just quickly register it as soon as possible. I know it's like a one shot kind of a thing. If you make it, you make it. But the thing is, a lot of you lose your valuable money just because you buy typos. So stay away from that. And if you are the one who is more into checking the search volume, typos also show such traffic. So you got to make sure that you check the typos before registering anything. And everyone can make a mistake. Okay, so this is what it is. Look at this, 26 years. Great. AI marketing got sold for $3,000. AI broadcasting got sold for 159. AI enterprise, AI media. Now, the thing is, the price of a domain name depends on the buyer. It doesn't depend on the estimated value. Okay, but this is a good name. We gonna be watching this, and it has 8 days left. So I'm gonna make a short video so that it reaches to the buyers and to the people who are into such names. Okay, so I get a lot of not a lot of, but some of the DMs on my Instagram about people that I show the domain name, they went on my live and they purchased it, because it's very what I would say is I'm very grateful for that, because I don't get much views on my lives, because obviously scrolling through thousands and thousands of domain names, and not much people are interested in such things, but people are more interested on the end result. So when I find a good domain name like these, what I do is I shortlist them, and I just make a small 30-40 second video about that, and people actually register it. So after registering it, I get a DM about that, and that just makes my day. So this is what this is all about. Okay, let me just check the names that ends with AI. Continental AI, Paramount Hotel Dubai. So even this is getting views. Continental AI. Hmm. Now what I'm gonna do is just check the domain names that are over here on GoDaddy. Let's just see the bids. What which domain name is actually at war hashpower.com. All right, 83 bids. Waterlife.com 59 bids. Okay, so these names are about to, the auction is about to end. You can see 18 hours only. Frogworks, Jackwood, quantum.us, winelovers.com. Okay, winelovers.com. That's a nice team. All right, let me see. It's in GoDaddy, winelovers.com. 8 days left again for this name. As you can just see over here, the estimated value 16,854. Whoa. Now, if you see over here, comparable domain names sold. Winelovers.club got sold for 399. Winelovers.net got sold for 1200. So, wine sampler, wine peddler. So, this keyword that we are talking about, wine, especially lover, other domain extensions have been sold. So, this would make the .com valuable. It's just getting started. So, if I were to buy such a name, I would say $16,000 might be a little over, but wine industry is actually very big. So I don't know. You just have to. There are a lot of factors. Okay, when you talk about domain auctions, sometimes the right buyers don't really know about there is a domain auction going on, and sometimes there are only two bidders who's gonna fight till the end. So this is the same thing that happened with the numeric domain name that I talked about in my previous video. In case you haven't watched, you can go ahead and check that out. And I gave you a perfect example when it came to those domain names. They were both four-letter numeric domain names, both were .coms, and the one got sold for $36,000 and the other one I believe was under 15K. So there are a lot of things that that would actually tell whether this domain name will go for good or not. So domain auctions, this is how the auctions work. You see the auto bids are going on here. So let's see, I'm gonna keep a eye on it because I have to. But this is a nice name. I am gonna add this to my watch list again. Stone paving, unblock.io, net directory, incubators, cloud assist, worldwideauctioneers.com. Hmm. An auction house can definitely have this. It's a nice name. It is again a nice name. Asian fine. Polarize.xyz. Crypto lady. Crypto science. Star body. Request. Pest control solutions. Pest control is actually a good keyword. I mean, I've seen a lot of these domain names float around. Exchangeit.com. White Rabbit, Clutch Labs. Disability rights. Now, you see over here, remember when I was talking about the keywords and everything? That's all there in my video. But for this domain name, disabilityrights.com. Now, this would go perfectly with the domain extension .org. It makes one hell of a difference, okay? The right keywords with the right domain extension is everything. Now, this is a typo. Yes, this is a typo. So, not much active domain names when we go at the bottom. Oldengine.org, private, oh shit. Let's talk hosting. Real estated. I don't think so. Anyone would search real estated. Where did it go? Over here. If you see, this domain name gets 5 million searches. Now, who is going to search real estated? So, these types of searches are sometimes from the right keyword, as real estate. Or maybe, people might be searching real estated, but I don't think so. It makes any sense. And it's $21. There are 5 bids on this. Cryptoaudits.com. Let me see what Dynadot has for us. Bids on level law. There are 15 bids. And Steam Shop. AIhandshake.com. AI Handshake. I find it very unique. AI Handshake. It's like $68 in here. Get refund. Now, let me just show you something. Clicking on the valuation. Now look at this. Othet. How do you pronounce it? Otlet, if I'm not wrong. Look at the valuation over here. $125,000 and absolutely zero bids on this. Only 19 hours left. So valuations are based on algorithm, okay? But the true value is decided by the buyer, the interest of the market. This is what this is all about. I have plenty of examples where clients and people have come up to me and told me that okay, I want to buy this domain name. Its valuation is 15-20,000 dollars. So I think that is completely right. I should definitely go for it. So there are varieties of factor. Okay, it's not just that you see a valuation and that's right. If it was right, why wouldn't anyone be bidding on it? You know. So be smart, check everything up, okay? 1cent.xyz. Alloy built, favorablegroup.com, AI Pog. See, so highly valued domain names over here, and look at the bids. For the ones I'm gonna show you of Godaddy as well. You see the valuations, and look, okay, over here, 1 day and 18 hours left for this domain name to auction to end. The name is waterlife.com. The valuation 15,424 and the current price is going at 3,300. So sometimes these domain names also exceed the price of the valuation. The same has happened with the numeric domain name I was talking about. It was 383548, I guess, .com, something like that. So both of them, actually had a valuation of similar to each other, but the results were different. The similar thing I was talking about, refund.org and commission.org. Commission.org got sold for $36,000 and refund.org was way lesser. I mean, way lesser. And both of them had the exact same valuation of 11,000 something something. Disability rights over here. This can also go for good. But okay, if this was a .org, it would have been, even that would have been good. It has been registered in 22 other domain extensions. So if you check, might be registered in .org. Legal bank, cloud assist. Nibi rest. Now look at this. I don't know what this is, but look at the valuation and look at the price right now. I don't know if this means something, because how can I see 12 bids on this? Nibi rest. What is this Nibi rest? I guess never rest. Or what's this? Nibi rest. Is this a thing? Alright, so I googled it. It says, what is Navy? Navy means bride and something like that. Navy Rest is a 2019 rap single by the artist Casper the Ghost. Maybe, just because of that. So there are so many things to, understand and learn. Okay, so over here it is neverest.com. Now, you know, remember when I was talking about domain capitalization? These things work. Okay, the way I was reading it was Nevi rest or never est. I mean, there can be so many things, but over here it says an Everest. So, this makes sense. And I was actually, going through it. It said trekking. So, and I saw this. So, so this is why domain capitalizations work. So whenever you list a domain name for a sale, try to capital those alphabets, that would not change the entire meaning of it. 1997 earliest known creation date. Wow. neverest.com. Now this changes everything, okay? This changes everything and it would make people look fool, but this happens, okay? N Everest. But this is, the beauty of domaining. You can do so many things. Okay, over here you see Neverest, Nevi rest. I mean, so a lot of factors come into play. I'm gonna add this too because I'm gonna make a video. What a strange world, me making a video and talking about making another video. That's good. Global girl frog walk. Join the grind. Share games. Hash power. Yeah. Crypto science. Sea minerals. Sea minerals. Shop addict. I'm gonna watch this as well. Space Dental. I think there is a company by the name Space Dental itself. Coupon 1. Accident book. As per what I've seen, when it comes to three alphabets, domain names that are XYZ, they have a premium cost. How many more.com? Rich hen? Preferred pharmacy, Bible message, organic watch, restful browsers, shop blush. Alright, so now as I'm going down, I'm seeing a lot of shitty names. Growflowers.com, car loan center, coin box, left hander. There are actually good names also. Cryptoselling.com, thunder sound, customer demo, teen coach for group, gethelps.com, get helps. All right, so this is going to be it for today. We did go across good domain names. I mean, I like this one, and I don't know about this one, but obviously N Everest, you know, but it's still going to be confusing. I mean, if you tell people that okay, you have a website that is N Everest, I mean, people may enter a an everest.com. I mean, an Everest. I mean, that's gonna make sense. Or you're gonna say an Everest. I mean, it is getting confusing, and for me especially, to pronounce it, it's even more confusing. It's like a gibberish. So, I mean, you tell me what do you think about this? I know the ones who watch my live, they don't watch at the time when I am live, so it happens. But I like when you guys DM me on my Instagram about those things. So this is what it is for today. I hope you learned something from it, and if you have something to tell me, or the domain names that I missed, or maybe any opinions, I'm up for everything. Okay, so I hope you have a good one.